During the racing season to help it run cooler, but I went to the park road and I've got antifreeze and stuff there behind us. So I gotta drain all this out, and once it's drained out, then I'll start it up and let it kind of pump out what's left, and then I'll fill it up with antifreeze and let it run. But it's already been below freezing for a few days, and we're supposed to be getting some snow and ice and a lot more cold weather this weekend. And I don't want to take a chance on cracking the block or pushing a free flow, so the smart thing to do would be going ahead and get a free finish, so that's what I'm currently doing. But got the heater going, one to help keep the shop up, but help with the motor. When I come out here the other day and started it up, it seemed to help a little bit. I guess with heating the block up and kind of helping the oil not be so thick. But got the heater blasting right on the side of the block here. So like I said, once that drains, we'll fire it up and kind of let it circulate what's in the block out. Then start filling it up, we'll go from there. gonna say that's it for the antifreeze part. Whew. Let it run, circulate through the block, and get it going. So we're good. We got antifreeze in it now, which is a plus. Let's see, I got other stuff here. I bought oil filter for my truck too, because it's about a month overdue. But I also got this battery tender, just kind of like a trickle charge to kind of plug it up and keep it charged like when it's real cold like this and whatnot. Because my battery charger I've had forever from Harbor Freight decided to give up the ghost on me, and I've had my brother's pretty much since Halloween, because honestly I've just been too lazy to go buy one. And darn on, this isn't a charger, it's just kind of a tender deal, you know, just to kind of maintain. But it'll work for my needs anyways. So we'll get all this hooked up here and go on. Probably won't plug it up tonight or anything, but at least go ahead and get it good and ready. Toss that in the trash in a second. But we'll go ahead and get this hooked up and at least get it hooked up on the car. But like I said, I won't probably won't plug it up tonight, but at least go ahead and get it ready. Oh, we'll move you guys over here. Go along for the ride. Turn you sideways for a minute. Because I did get the new battery terminals put on the car actually earlier today, because I had to rob one off the car to put on my truck, because the one on my truck I guess froze and cracked or something, I don't know, but it busted. So I was stranded one morning before all this stuff started happening with Mom. One of the last days I worked, my truck wouldn't start because the battery cable was broke at the end there, and I thought I had some spares, and you know, turns out my luck I didn't. So my only other option to be able to get to work was rob the one off the race car. I mean, it was already racing season was pretty much over, and then I wasn't gonna need it, so or the race car wasn't gonna need it, you know, anytime soon. So yeah, race car was. Race car saved the day. And I am gonna plug this up just to make sure it works. Just double check, make sure it works, because I have got faulty stuff from the store right out of the box. Well, I suppose it's working. But it would probably help if I would have read the instructions I threw in this box. Just to see what this here, see what this light means. We're gonna unplug it for now. We'll just plug this back up tomorrow sometime. I'm aware the shop's a mess. One, just because I ain't been out here. Really, to have a whole lot going on. Just, I know some people are going to be like, you know, Lane's worked on this thing. Why aren't you, you know, getting this done, getting that done? Why have I not fixed the nose damage yet from the last time I raced in October? Some of you may not know, but long story short, my mom has had a lot of health issues since October. We've been in and out of the hospital over the last couple of months and had some pretty lengthy hospital stays. And just between everything, just trying to take care of her. And I don't want to say deal with her in a bad way, but just deal with everything going with her, trying to make sure she's taken care of, all of her medicine, just getting everything taken care of. I've not had time to even care about this thing. Like, besides tonight, the last time I touched this thing was a month or so ago when I pulled the bell housing and transmission and drive shaft and stuff out because I gotta get the transmission fixed because it blew a seal or something. The clutches still work, it's just it was leaking a lot of fluid. But I'm just gonna get it completely refreshed, rebuilt, redone. And obviously tonight, like I said, got the antifreeze in there to help, hopefully keep it from freezing, pushing a freeze plug or cracking the block or something. But at some point in time here this winter, I'm trying to get the parts to be able to fix this motor and get it up to snuff and run like it should and being good to go anywhere I want to go and not have to question rules. And honestly, it needs it. I got this motor with the car and it was already used, and I've had to fix stuff on it since the day I got it, and I finally got it to where it was good enough to race this season with the help of Riley and Booger and a few other people. And it's okay for what it is, but it definitely needs some help if it's gonna have the umph to keep up with a 602, especially with me having to weigh more than a 602 and only run a 2-barrel carburetor where a 602 can run a 4-barrel and weigh less. So it's okay. I've ran top 5, top 3 just about every race, but you can definitely tell it's lacking on like takeoff speed, acceleration, and it just kind of don't have the oomph to keep up with some of the better cars, if you will. Like, not saying that to be mean towards anybody, because this ain't no brand new car by any means, but it's okay, but it needs some help. And honestly, right now, I really don't have any sponsors. I mean, I've got 1 or 2 people that help me with things besides money, which I'm incredibly grateful for. Riley with Hickman Manufacturing, like, not only is he a great friend and good guy, but like, he's been over here more times and helped me and give me advice, even when I had the late models. Like, that man's helped me more than he ever needed to or had to, and still answers the phone when I have dumb questions to ask him, and he's taught me a lot. So I appreciate him. He helps me with things besides money. Whether it's advice, he's actually made me some parts for this car, like machined me some stuff to make it work. And like Booger with BBR, he let me run a set of shocks all year because I'll just be honest, the shocks that came on this car were crap. Like, they were. I'm sorry, but they were crap. And even though we revalved them and had to replace 2 shafts, they wasn't what we were looking for on the dyno, on his shock dyno. So he had a really good, almost pair of brand new shocks that he let me run all year, and he helped me with setup. I ordered stuff for him. I got springs, control arms, the uppers. We redid all the rear end stuff. Like, all the rear end stuff was updated to like newer 3-link stuff. He's helped me with a lot of stuff and setup help and everything. So again, helping me with things besides money. But my bank account, I'll just be honest, my bank account's only going to get me so far, which that's anybody with racing, as far as your weekend warrior guy goes. And I'm not trying to get on my soap opera and talk here, but it's kind of hard to do it out of pocket and continue to keep doing it. Like, I would like to race more than once a month, but if that's what my plans look like this year, then I'll race once a month when I can. It's just between my main focus right now, is making sure our mom is taken care of and has the help and care she needs. Like, that's my main focus. This thing can sit here for all I care, but I do want to race though. And once she gets healthy enough to be able to get back out, she's asking me all the time, with trying to communicate with a soundboard and stuff. It's like she's wanting to go racing, asking about racing. We watched the Dome. We was watching the Tulsa Shootout the other night. And she's asking, wanting to watch Chili Bowl. So like, I'm keeping it because she's asking about it. Well, I want to go race, but it's probably going to be down to once a month for a little bit this year, unless I can either somehow land some more sponsors and get some help. We go with tires. I need some tires. I'm okay on wheels, but I need some tires. And this motor just needs a complete refresh from top to bottom, inside out. Like it was ran hard this year. Like I put this thing through the ringer every time I raced it. Just trying to keep up with some of those faster cars. And like I said, I was top 3, top 5 just about every race. And there was one weekend at North Georgia, I was racing for the win. Me and the leader, we were side by side for probably 5 or 6 laps at the beginning of the race. And the distributor, the reluctor wheel stripped out and, killed all the power and everything. So that cut that race short. But I was actually racing, for the win, for the lead there, and had a potential, not of possibly getting a win. But other than that, like I said, top 3, top 5, just about every weekend at North Georgia and stuff. So it's okay. It needs help. And the last race I ran was around the Halloween race at North Georgia. And I'll be honest with you, it was a rough night. That's where this, nose damage came from. Me and a buddy Andrew, it was just a racing deal we got together, and I hated that it hooked him in the wall. But he come across throwing a slider, and I'll admit, even I thought he was going to be clear, and it's just at the last second, either I got some traction or he lifted something on it, but we just barely kind of caught right there, and it tore the nose up a little bit, and it nosed him into the wall and got his bumper. But I kept going and was able to finish the race. I think I finished 5th on that big modified race. And I'll be honest, when I took the checkered flag, this thing it sounded like it was out of breath. Like it needed help. So this whole motor, it needs a refresh top to bottom. I really want to get away from that carburetor. I've got a nice racing carburetor up there, but it's been sitting for like 2 years. It needs gone through and rebuilt. So I got to get it to stealth and hopefully get it gone through. So by all means, with me rambling on my soapbox here, if anybody knows anybody with a business, or if you have a business or anything and you're looking to expand your opportunities as far as advertisement and being seen by lots of people, whether it's traveling up and down the road, because I've got an open trailer, so traffic sees it, little kids see it, which, that's always cool, seeing little kids' reactions. But, traveling up and down the road, the different tracks I visit and that I want to try to visit this year, I can promise you a good return on your investment. Like, I can assure you will definitely get a return on your investment. Whether it's through advertising, marketing, bringing the car to your business on, weekends or days, like for events, whatever. So by all means, if anybody knows anybody with a business, maybe wants to get into racing, expand some advertising, and help a local racer out, I'm definitely in need of a few sponsors. The biggest thing I need, obviously, like I said, is, I got to get this motor refreshed, or if I could sell this motor and find me a 602 somewhere, that would be ideal, because I could weigh less and run a 4-barrel. But either way, right now, the goal is to get this motor rebuilt, and I've got to get some tires. So I'm going to quit rambling. It's cold. I turned the heater off, and according to my watch, it is 24 degrees out here, and I'm starting to get cold. So we're going to cover the carburetor up, and we're going to go inside. So I appreciate y'all hanging out. This short little random video I throw together, and we'll catch y'all in the next one.